Old New Jersey is taking the L today and taking a huge L, or is it like this? I think it's like this. Y'all taking an L. This story I'm getting from lawandcrime.com. Thank you so much. I don't remember who sent me this in an email, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, I got to talk about this. And it does have something to do with children. But let me give you guys a fair warning before we talk about this story. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. Now again, the story coming out of New Jersey, lawandcrime.com. Thank you for the article. A 9-year-old child. So I want people to understand that this is more than, like, I'm not a PETA supporter or anything like that, but mainly because this story involved children. And a 9-year-old child was removed Tuesday from a New Jersey house of horrors after an out-of-state animal rescue group, an out-of-state animal rescue group raised concerns about a couple who had been fostering dogs. And I guess nobody ever questioned, where the hell was all these dogs at? I want y'all to catch this. According to the Evesham Township Police Department, the conditions at the Main Street corner home where Malton residents 35-year-old Rebecca Halbuck and 32-year-old Brandon Laconey were living with a young child and numerous animals, dead and alive, were extremely poor and shocking. Yes, y'all heard that right. Look at that. They had been living with dead and alive animals. That is disgusting. And they just got the type of faces that just got trailer trash written all over it. I'm sorry, but they do. Police Chief Walt Miller said during a press conference that he's never seen anything like this in all his years of law enforcement. Some of the dogs were still alive, he said. There was a large number of dogs that had since been deceased and were in various portions of decay. Miller also remarked, based on what investigators found at the scene, it was definitely concerning having a 9-year-old child living in this home, sleeping in this home, and eating in this home. After receiving a tip about the homeowners through North Carolina-based animal rescue nonprofit Tender Mercies and a witness who visited the property, authorities executed a search warrant and found living and deceased dogs in the residence, where the conditions were extremely poor due to the amount of deceased animals throughout the home. The home was filled with 14 living dogs and in excess of 30 deceased dogs in the residence throughout the living space of the home, according to authorities. There was also living cats and rabbits, and though it's unclear how many. One dog was in such poor health that euthanization was required. Investigators also believe that as many as 100 dogs have died in this home, many of which are present in the home or are suspected to have been buried on the property. Wow. I don't even know how you even get that. Why do you keep getting animals for what? Hashtag puppies for benefits? Is that what this is? Hashtag breeding for benefits? Chief Miller told reporters that police found a burial spot, a quote-unquote burial spot, behind the house, if you can even call it a house. The child found in the home is now in the custody of the Garden State Divisions of Child Protection and Permanency, police said. Halbuck and Laconey are now charged with second-degree animal cruelty and third-degree animal cruelty and neglect, and authorities signaled that more animal cruelty charges will be brought once investigators find out the exact number of animal deaths. That is freaking disgusting. Local Fox affiliate WTFX reported that responding authorities, overcome by the foul stench of ammonia in the home, had to don hazmat suits. A sign with a dog and cat on it and the words, "Rescued is my favorite breed," was visible outside the home. While Laconey was booked into the Burlington County Jail, Halbuck was initially evaluated at the hospital for an unrelated medical condition, police said. She will also be booked when that issue is resolved. After news of the suspect's charges broke, Tender Mercies shed more light on the scope of the cruelty and suspects allegedly inflicted on numerous dogs. Our hearts are totally broken. Shadow is now dead due to a sorry rescue that was supposed to be a good rescue in New Jersey, in a state that has great animal laws. They got 26 puppies and 3 mamas, Roxy, Brandy, and Shadow, from us. After seeing a picture of Brandy looking too thin, we insisted on picking up the mamas. We were shocked to learn that Shadow had just died. Also, one of Brandy's puppies died while in their care. Tender Mercies also blamed an Evansville Evesham-based animal rescue for its alleged role in the case. Yesterday, one of our donors picked up Roxy and Brandy from New Jersey and took them to their home last night. The shape our babies are in is totally disgusting. A police report was filed, and many of their dogs, cats, rabbits, and whatever the hell else they had was removed from the foster home. Shadow's death will not be in vain. She saved other dogs, and we will make sure that the Lynn's Animal Rescue is shut down. Sorry, I can't read all of that. As of Wednesday afternoon, a Facebook page and website for Lynn's Animal Rescue are no longer active. A cached and web archive version of Lynn's Animal Rescue website said it is a small, loving organization that does everything in their power to bring the sick back to good health, socialize the shy and timid, and find the perfect home for every dog and cat. We will make sure all of our rescues are healthy, happy, and properly suited for their new home. Now, how the hell did they miss this is beyond me, which is probably why they had to shut their website down. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If you guys would share the story and just hit that thumbs up, and we'll post it and put this in one of our playlists. It's just a crazy, unbelievable story. And kids were involved. There was a kid that was there. They had to witness all of this. And ain't no telling how traumatized they were.
Investigators tell us that the dogs outside were buried in a hole in the ground with a tarp covering it. Now inside, in addition to the dogs, police tell us there were some rabbits and cats. They believe that many of the pets may have been rescue dogs that were supposed to be fostered here. But according to officials, the couple under arrest did not take care of all of those animals and exposed their 9-year-old child to dead pets all over the house. As officials rescued at least 14 dogs still alive from the house here on Main Street and Laurel Road in Marlton, neighbors and residents of Evesham Township looked on in disbelief. What's your reaction to all of this?
It's horrible. It's devastating. How can somebody do that to a child and dogs? I'm an animal lover.
According to police, officers discovered 30 dead dogs inside the house where 32-year-old Brandon Laconey and 35-year-old Rebecca Halbach lived with a 9-year-old child, who is now in the custody of the state. The couple is facing animal cruelty and child endangerment charges.
There's dogs in cages, live dogs in cages, dead dogs in cages, dead animals throughout the house laying on the floor. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad. Additionally, just today we had found that behind the home there was also a burial spot where there was a large number of dogs I guess, various levels of decay.
Dozens of dogs, possibly totaling 100. Police say they began investigating and went to the house last night after getting a tip from a North Carolina animal rescue that suspected the dogs the nonprofit provided to the couple to foster were dead.
They became suspicious based on ongoing communication with the couple. They had sent a representative up to New Jersey to investigate. He went out to the home, and he was the one that came into the station to initially report that that organization did provide them funding to provide for these dogs. We suspect that funding was not provided to these dogs based on the condition they were in.
At this point, investigators believe they died from being malnourished.
Disgusted. From the animals, having a child in there, and for it being so close to my residence, it doesn't sit well with me.
Oh, my heart breaks. My heart breaks.
You know, we did talk to a neighbor who lives right down the road here, and it is a no outlet street. That neighbor says he's been here about 6 years. He tells me I never saw anything suspicious. He says that maybe he saw 1 or 2 pets in the yard, but that's about it. Now, on a couple final notes, police suspect that other rescues and nonprofits may have worked with this couple, paying the money to foster pets. And so investigators want those organizations to reach out to Evesham Township Police, especially because there may be some more charges coming as it relates to any funds paid to this couple. I did reach out to the nonprofit from North Carolina that's involved. I have not heard back. And also, the police chief tells us that in terms of the 9-year-old child, the 9-year-old boy, he was first brought to the police station from this house, and he did appear to be healthy. Reporting live in Evesham Township, I'm Rosemary Connors, NBC 10 News.
Let's stop it right there. So the new hashtag now is hashtag puppies for benefits. So if they were being paid, then you would have to understand when the neighbor says stuff like, I normally would see like 1 or 2 dogs in the yard. What about the 1 or 200? You can see 1 or 2 dogs, but how do you miss 1 or 200? You miss 10 dogs, 20 dogs, 30 dogs, 40 dogs, 50 dogs, 60 dogs, 70 dogs, 80 dogs, 90 dogs, 100 dogs, or more. How do you miss that? How does anybody miss that? I'm getting sick thinking about it. How do you not smell piss, shit, and death? That whole county ought to smell like that. That whole neighborhood, not just one neighborhood. It's about neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood. I mean, it ought to smell like a pig farm out in that whole area. I just don't get how they missed that. And these people that kept just dumping these dogs off on these people clearly didn't give a shit. And they were paying them money, which means that they were probably getting paid money to place these animals somewhere where they could just go off and die, apparently. Such a sad story. Pray for that child that was involved in this, and pray that these people never see another animal or another child ever again. I don't know, man. Do you give them a life sentence for this? I don't really know. I don't know what the appropriate punishment is, but let me know what you guys think. From my heart to yours, I love you all. Sad for them dogs, sad for the kid. Let me know what you guys think, man. See you guys on the next stream. All right, peace.